Discovering Where People Live Longest by Dan Buettner, Blue Zone's founder, is a National Geographical Fellow and multiple New York Times best-selling author, found 5 places in the world dubbed Blue Zones, where people live the longest and are healthiest. Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Nicoya in Costa Rica, Icaria in Greece, and Loma Linda in California. The concept of the blue zone, that is marking a blue circle for countries where people live longest, was created by Gianni Pes and Michael Paulain, and they outline in the Journal of Experimental Gerontology. Blue zone reflects the lifestyles and the environment of the world's longest lived people. Life expectancy of an American born today averages 78.2 years, and this year over 70,000 Americans have reached their 100th birthday. What is their secret that is other Americans did not know? The Danish twin study established that only about 20% of the lifestyles of the average man is determined by their genes. Blue zone countries are Barbagia region of Sardinia, mountainous highlands of Inner Sardinia with the world's highest concentration of male centenarians. Icaria, Greece, Aegean Island with one of the world's lowest rates of middle-age mortality and the lowest rates of dementia. They ate a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil, red wine, and homegrown vegetables. Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, world's lowest rates of middle-age mortality, second highest concentration of male centenarians, and one of the largest populations of centenarians on the planet. Seventh-day Adventists' highest concentrations around Loma Linda in California. They live 10 years longer than their North American counterparts.
Holy Spirit,
Okinawa, Japan, females over 70 are the longest lived population in the world. According to these researchers, they found that all blue zones areas shared 9 specific lifestyle habits, and they called them the Power 9 lifestyles, habits of the world's healthiest and longest lived people. Number 1, they move naturally. They do not take iron pills, run marathons, or join gyms. Instead, they live in environments that constantly nudge them into moving without thinking about it. They grow gardens and do not have mechanical conveniences for house and yard work. Number 2, purpose-driven, inspired by a greater good, day 1 to day 30 of health. The Okinawans call it Ikigai, and the Nicoyans call it Plan de Vida. For both it translates to why I wake up in the morning. Knowing your sense of purpose or knowing your reason for being is worth up to 7 years of extra life expectancy. Aiki means life. Number 3, downshift. Even people in the blue zones experience stress. Stress leads to chronic inflammation associated with every major related disease. What the world's longest lived people have that we don't are routines to shed that stress. Okinawans take a few moments each day to remember their ancestors. Adventists pray, Icarians take a nap, and Sardinians do happy hour. Number 4, 80% rule. Hara Hachi Bu, the Okinawan 2,500-year-old Confucian mantra, said before meals reminds them to stop eating when their stomachs are 80% full. The 20% gap between not being hungry and feeling full could be the difference between losing weight or gaining it. People in the blue zones eat their smallest meals in the late afternoon or early evenings, and they don't eat any more the rest of the day. Number 5, plant slant. Beans including fava, black soy and lentils are the cornerstone of most centenarian diets. Meat, mostly pork, is eaten on an average only 5 times per month. Serving sizes 3 to 4 ounces, about the size of the deck of cards. Wine at 5. People in all blue zones, except Adventists, drink alcohol moderately and regularly. Moderate drinkers outlive non-drinkers. The trick is to drink 1 or 2 glasses per day, preferably Sardinian Canao wine with friends and or with food. And no, you can't save it up all week and have 14 drinks on Saturday. Number 7, belong. All but 5 of the 263 centenarians we interviewed belong to some faith-based community. Denomination doesn't seem to matter. Research showed that attending faith-based services 4 times per month will add 4 to 14 years of life expectancy. Number 8, loved ones first. Successful centenarians in the blue zones put their families first. This means keeping aging parents and grandparents nearby or in a home. It lowers disease and mortality rates of children in the home too. They commit to a life partner which can add up to 3 years of life expectancy and invest in their children with time and love. They'll be more likely to care for you when the time comes. Number 9, right tribe. The world's longest lived people choose or were born into social circles that supported healthy behaviors. Okinawans created moes, groups of 5 friends that committed to each other for life. Research from the Framingham studies show that smoking, obesity, happiness, and even loneliness are contagious. So the social networks of long-lived people have favorably shaped their health behaviors. Let us talk more about Icarians in the Greek island. The Icarians in Icaria, Greek island, are happier and healthier. They have mysterious powers that enables them to live for longer than the average person in other parts of the world. They have lower rates of cancer and heart disease and hardly any dementia. They have lived in a Rocky Mountainous island for at least 9,000 years. People in Icaria, Sardinia, Okinawa are untouched by the Western civilization or American food culture. They do not reach for comfort that will be not the best for longevity, but a little bit of hardship seems to help them to live longer. They meet once a week and socialize, dance, and drink 2 to 3 glasses of local brewed wine, and this would be their key to longevity.
And something else.
Now let's talk about Okinawa in Japan. Okinawa, Japan is one of the 5 blue zones where people live a healthy life and is the home for the world's longest lived women. Not only do the old inhabitants enjoy the longest life expectancy of anyone on earth, but the vast majority of those years are lived in remarkably good health too. For every 100,000 inhabitants, Okinawa has 68 centenarians, more than 3 times the numbers found in US populations of the same size. Even the standards of Japan, Okinawians are remarkable, with a 40% greater chance of living to 100 than other Japanese people. In their daily food, they eat a high ratio of carbs to proteins, with a particular abundance of sweet potatoes as a source of most of their calories. The ratio of carbs to protein is 10:1. It is just the opposite of the current popular diets that advocate a high protein, low carb diets. Despite the popularity of the Atkins and paleo diets, however, there is minimal evidence that high protein diets really do bring about long term benefits. High carbs and low protein diet seem to protect these people from age related illnesses including cancer, cardiovascular disease, and Alzheimer's disease. In Okinawa, people traditionally sit on the floor to read, eat, talk, and relax instead of sitting in chairs, though this practice is dying out among younger generations in Asia. Okinawan elders sit and get up from the floor without support, dozens or hundreds of times per day. Sitting on the floor also improves posture and increases overall strength, flexibility, and mobility. Studies correlate that the ability to sit and rise from the floor without support leads to longer expectancy. Sitting on the floor develops musculoskeletal fitness. Elderly Okinawans are highly respected and are treated with respect. Okinawans are led by the concepts of mo'ae and ikigai in their everyday life, giving them a sense of purpose and drive. Hope you enjoyed this enlightening video talk on longevity and was useful. Stay safe and goodbye for now.